Hi, and congratulations on the purchase of your beautiful new 2018 Micra SV. This is a great little car. It's amazing on fuel, and with today's rising prices, you couldn't ask for anything better. It's going to handle like a dream, and it takes turns like nothing you've ever seen before. You can almost turn on a dime. So I know when we went over everything, it was kind of quick. There is a good amount of features here to go through, so I'm going to go back through them with you again as a bit of a refresher. But at the end of this, if you have any questions, please feel free to call, text, or email me, or simply drop in the dealership. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Let's have a look at the features that we went over during delivery. So we're going to start here at the dash. We've got our radio. We have a CD player up the top here. Your eject button is here. You can find the next available radio station either up or down just by hitting the button here. Now we're on FM1 right here. You get 6 presets with each, and I can see right now I'm on preset number 3. You can set them to whatever you want. Simply press and hold the button in to set the preset on the station that you're on. On and off is right here for our radio. We can go FM1, FM2, and again you get 6 presets on each. You have AM, which you also have 6 presets on. If you have a CD in, pressing this will switch over to CD. Right now I don't have one in. Same for auxiliary. If you have anything connected, it'll switch over to that. While you're on CD or auxiliary, you can skip tracks by hitting these buttons right here. Our button over here, if I turn this, I can manually look for radio stations this way, or by pressing the button, I can alter my bass up or down. Same for treble. I can change the balance and the fade. Speed, sensitivity, volume is while I'm on the highway. Once I get going, it's going to have a little more road noise on the highway as you pick up speed, so the speed, sensitivity, volume that we see right here is going to adjust the radio for you. The auxiliary volume is at 3 right now. I can drop that down. Most times I recommend just leaving it at 3 because most auxiliary inputs are a little bit lower in volume than your traditional input. The next one is the clock. Turning this off will turn the clock off here, and then I can adjust the clock right here. So I turn the dial to the right to say yes, and then I'm going to push the button again. From there I can change the hour up or down, and I can change my minutes up or down as well. Once I'm done, I push the button and everything is set. So that's right there. Below that, I've got my climate control. So this button here is for my rear defrost, but if I look at the side mirror here in the corner, on the top left corner, and it's the same in the top right corner on the other one, it's got the exact same symbol. It's because your side mirrors are heated side mirrors, and pushing this button is going to activate them. So in the winter it'll defrost your mirrors for you. In the spring and summer, it's going to clear off any dew that's on your windows there, whether you wake up and there's dew on it, or sorry, on the mirrors, and then if it's raining out, it'll help keep them clear as well. We've got our fan speed here, so I can turn that all the way up or all the way off. I've got my air conditioning on right now because it's a little bit warm in the vehicle. This is going to dictate where my airflow goes. So right now I've got it set up here for the vents. So my vents are right here and over on the sides here. So make sure these are all open so I can get some good airflow. I can change it to the vents in the floor, strictly the floor in the windshield, or strictly the windshield. I'm going to put it back to the vents and leave it there at the moment. This dial here is for my temperature. Right now I've got it all the way to cool, like I said, with the air conditioning on. And then down below here, I've got recycled air versus fresh air. Down below I've got my gear shift, I've got my emergency brake, and I have an auxiliary port down here that I can plug an adapter into. As I move over to the steering wheel here, I can see on the right hand side I've got my cruise control. So this is the controls here. So I'm going to look at the dash as I turn this on. Right up in here it actually says cruise, so that tells me that I've turned my cruise control on. From there I can set the speed by tapping down, and that's going to set the speed on whatever I've got my speedometer on when I hit it. If I need to knock off the cruise, I can simply hit the cancel button or tap the brake. To resume back to the speed that I was previously at, I can simply push up on that and it'll pick back up where it was. Now if my speed limit changes, if it goes up, I can tap up a few times to add to my speed and I'll watch my speedometer move up. Or I can tap down a few times to reduce my speed. On the left side of the steering wheel from the top down, we've got our source button here. Source is going to change the source of our music. So as I push this, I'm going to watch over here on my radio. It goes from FM1 to FM2 to AM1. Now currently it's going to go back to FM1. If I had a CD in or auxiliary device plugged in, those would be options as well. This button here, tapping up or down, is going to change my radio station. So I'm going to tap down on it, and I say I'll go down to preset 1. If I tap back up, I go to preset 2. So that cycles through my presets. If I have a CD in or an auxiliary device, it's going to skip tracks on that. Down below here, I've got my volume for my radio, so if I tap up a few times, we'll hear the radio get louder. And I'll turn it back down. So that's that. Right here, I have my voice recognition and my Bluetooth hands-free. So to connect my phone, I'm simply going to hit this button here. It's going to tell me that there are no phones connected. It's going to ask me if I want to add a phone, and it'll tell me that I need to say add phone after the beep. Once I do that, I want to make sure that I am in the Bluetooth settings on my phone. From there, I'm going to look for a device that says my car, and once I find it, I'm going to enter a PIN of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to allow me to connect my phone. Once it's connected, every time I get in the vehicle, it's automatically going to connect my phone for the Bluetooth hands-free. Then, if anybody's calling, I can simply hit this top button to answer my phone call. I can hang up at any point by hitting the bottom button. Or if I want to make a call, I can hit the top button and I can wait for the prompt and I can say call and then whoever. It's got to be however it's listed in your phone book or the actual phone number. I can hang up or get out of voice recognition with this button here. My wipers, fairly simple. Once up is going to be my mist wiper. It's going to make a single pass across the windshield and clear off my windshield. Once down is going to be intermittent, and then I can adjust the speed right here. So that it's either going to be a very slow intermittent or I can increase the speed on it. A next one down is going to put my wipers on regular speed, so it's just going to be a constant back and forth, and then the final one down is going to put them on high. On the outer part of the indicator here, I've got a dial, which again is for my rear windshield wiper. So once is going to have it on intermittent, and then a second one is going to turn it on regular speed. In order to clean my windows, if I want to clean the windshield, I can simply pull this towards the steering wheel, and that's going to spray windshield wiper fluid on the windshield. If I want to clear the back wiper, I can push it towards the dash, and it will spray wiper fluid on the back window. Over on this side, we have our turn signal indicator. So for my lights, right now they are off, and it's kind of hard to see. I'll block the light there so we see that it's off. One turn on that is going to put the park lights on. Another turn on that is going to turn my lights on, and from there I'm good. So if it's dark out, I just want to turn my lights on and away I go. For my bright lights, I can either flash them by pulling back towards me, and we'll see up here it shows me when those are there, or if I want it on, I push forward. Now my lights do need to be on in order to show that. Over on the left side of our dash here, we have the adjustment for our side mirrors. So if I want to adjust my driver's side mirror, I need to make sure this button is all the way over, and then from there I can adjust the mirror using this button here. Then for my passenger side, I'm going to push it all the way to the right and do the same thing. Once I'm done, I'm going to move that button back to the center so that I cannot accidentally move my mirror. We've got our windows right here. Your driver's side window is automatic down, and then you got to hold it to come back up. So if I do that, and then I got to hold it to come all the way back up. The other windows are all manual by pressing to hold to go all the way down and up. I've got my child locks here for the windows. If I push that down, the only window that's going to work at that point is my driver's window. None of the other buttons work even for the driver. So I'll release that. I've got my locks here. Finally, up on the top here, I have my lights. Right in the center is going to turn the lights on when the doors open. If I don't want the lights to come on, let's say for example I'm cleaning out my vehicle, I simply push that all the way over here and then the lights will not come on when the doors open. Now if I do want my dome lights on, I can just push it all the way the other way and that'll turn them on back to the center to set it for the doors. Congratulations again on the purchase of your new 2018 Micra SV. This really is a magnificent vehicle. It's great on gas. This vehicle is going to let you park just about anywhere you want, even in spots that a lot of other cars aren't going to fit. So if you do still have any questions after going through the video, I know it's just a refresher on everything that we've covered, please don't hesitate to call, text, or email me with any questions at all. I'm more than happy to help you out. If you do stop in the dealership and I'm not by, any one of my colleagues is more than happy to help you as well. Congratulations again. I know you're going to love this car. I look forward to seeing you anytime that you stop in for maintenance. Please pop around and say hello, and hopefully see you again when it's time for another vehicle.